You want to know, you have to watch. Invention explained.
Greater than, have you ever wondered how old the history of the clock we see every day is? When and how did humans invent this small time measuring device? Today we will learn about the exciting history of the clock spanning thousands of years, from the sundial to the modern smartwatch. The idea of measuring time originated about 5,000 years ago. The ancient Egyptians first began measuring time by observing the shadow of the sun. They created the sundial, where the shadow of the sun would indicate the time. Work began when the sun rose, and work ended when the sun set. That's how people began to understand time. The Egyptians also invented the water clock. Water would slowly flow out of a vessel, and time could be measured by that. At the same time, various methods of measuring time were in use in the Babylonian civilization and in India. In India, a water clock called ghatika was used, which was used to determine the time of worship in temples. The Chinese used incense clocks, where the time could be determined by watching the burning time of incense. This was a creative step in the history of clocks. The 13th century saw a major change in the world of clocks in Europe. The first mechanical clocks were created at that time. These clocks used gears, springs, and pendulums. They were usually placed in large towers, such as church clocks. The history of London's famous Big Ben clock is also a successor to that trend. However, the clocks of this time were not accurate enough. Often, they were off by a few minutes or hours, because the accuracy of the pendulum had not yet been discovered. In 1656, Dutch scientist Christian Huygens created the first pendulum clock. It was the most accurate clock in history. This invention revolutionized the measurement of time. The minute and second hands were first seen on Huygens' clock. This is where the journey of the modern clock begins. Pocket watches became popular in the late 17th century. Kings, queens, and aristocrats used pocket watches as a symbol of honor. Then came the wristwatch in the 19th century. At first it was a women's ornament, but during World War I, soldiers began using it to keep time on their wrists. Then wristwatches became more popular among men as well. The 20th century ushered in a new era in watchmaking. The 1920s saw the arrival of the quartz watch, which was battery-powered and extremely accurate. This technology was first used by the Japanese company Seiko. Since then, quartz watches have become popular around the world. Digital watches came into being in the 1970s. The first digital watch, the Pulsar time computer, was launched in 1972. It displayed the time on an LED screen, a technological marvel of its time. 1 o'clock, did you know? The most expensive watch in the world is the Graf Diamonds Hallucination, which costs about $55 million. NASA astronauts use watches specially designed for use in space. The oldest running clock is the Salisbury Cathedral clock, which was built in 1386 and is still running today. There is a story behind every invention, a story of talent, hard work, perseverance, the benefits of which we can easily enjoy today. Friends, if you like the video so far, don't forget to subscribe to get more interesting videos in the future. Good luck to everyone.